Tippy time, my damies, Topgator here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be inside the Crucible on our Hunter as we are trialing out the new Whistler's Whim bow. You can acquire this from trials, and I must have farmed out 20 adept of these in order to get the god roll, and that's the one I'm going to be showing you in all the footage that follows. This is a lightweight frame bow, and you're going to want to run tactical string, fiberglass arrow shafts, moving target, and kill clip. This will have a draw time masterwork and an adept targeting mod. This also has the Vice Stinger trait, so when we damage an enemy with this weapon, it has a small chance to reload the magazine and has increased movement speed whilst we are aiming down sights. Now these are the perks and traits that I was seeking, as I found the number one reason we never used lightweight bows in the past was the accuracy. So you want to get your accuracy as high as you can, same with your aim assist. That way you're actually going to be able to hit those heads, as that is the main issue when it comes to lightweight frames. You also want to note that when you are aiming, that the right hand side of the bow is quite obstructive, so you want to try and make sure that your target is on the left hand side of your screen going into the shot. You want a low charge, anywhere between 5 to 540 is very good, but you don't want to drop it too low if you're going to sacrifice your accuracy. In the third column, tunnel vision, killing wind, and moving target are all great options. I personally would go moving target. And in the fourth column, both gut shot is great for team shooting, but of course we all want kill clip. It is the best, but bear in mind this is still lightweight, so even with kill clip you're still not going to be taking down supers with this thing. So to maximize this bow's potential, I have jumped over to my Solar Hunter. I'm going to be running my Frosties build. This armor perk, rapid cooldown, increased grenade, melee, and dodge regeneration whilst you are sprinting. So dodging increases your sprint speed additionally. So when you spawn, just run it off and you're going to have all your abilities ready for you. This exotic is vastly underrated, and I highly recommend giving it a crack. The reason we are using it is I want to be able to spam my class ability. In this case, we will be using the Acrobat's dodge. So you dodge to perform an acrobatic leap. Upon landing, you make yourself and nearby allies radiant. So when you're radiant, your weapons are enhanced by the power of the Traveler and deal increased damage to foes. It's this radiance that's going to push up the damage to that of like a precision bow. So now when you get that kill clip procced, you're going to get that sweet one tap that you want from the kill clip. And that's why at the end of the day, kill clip is so much better than gut shot. We will also be rocking Ember of Torch's Solar Fragment, so our powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant also. So having both our class ability and our melee giving us radiance, we've got twice the uptime, so we're pretty much always going to have that potential to get that sweet one tap. We're also going to smack on a precision charge mod, so we become charged with light by getting rapid bow kills. That's going to pair up with a high energy fire, so that way even once our radiance is gone, we still got that sweet one tap potential. High energy fire also has no timer, so it's kind of like having gut shot, so you can now also double body to get that kill. So almost the best of both worlds, right? We will also be running the knock 'em down solar aspect. This will buff our super, but it's predominantly there, so whilst we're radiant, our final blows with our throwing knife are also going to refund, so we've always got a throwing knife on us if we get the kill with it, that is. Now knife preference is completely up to you. A lot of people like the weighted throwing knife for a consistent one-hit kill. I however like the explosive throwing knife. I find this is great just for like attaching to a wall, leaving it there. That way if you leave it in a high traffic area, someone's just going to walk past, hit the explosion and trigger your radiance, so it just increases your uptime with the radiance buff, making those one taps that much easier. Additionally, I don't really want the knife kill, I want the bow kill. So with this explosive throwing knife, it has enough damage in it to chuck it down there. You're going to get your radiance with the buff, and then you can get that one tap with the bow, and that's what you want. So that way the next sucker who comes around is just going to get cleaned out by the kill clip. This next portion of the video is a little more free flow. Feel free to change up what you don't like, but I'll just show you how I run it. I am running the healing grenade. So this will heal both myself and my allies, so I find this extremely good. Particularly I like to team shot with the bow, so you want to keep both yourself and your allies with lots of health, so this really comes in handy in a lot of situations I found. I am running Ember of Solace, so our Radiant from both our acrobatic dodge and our knife, and our restoration from our grenade. These effects are going to be pushed out from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, so very good. I'll be running Ember of Benevolence, so whenever I apply Restoration or Radiant to allies, this grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration for a short duration, and this is well worth the negative 10 discipline. With this build you can win your 1s and your 1v2s quite easily, but it is a bow build, so I do suggest running with the pack, and that's why this works so well, as you are doing heaps of chunk damage, chucking your abilities at your enemies and your teammates alike. We are also using the on your mark solar aspect, so precision final blows grants you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed, very great for the bow, and whenever we dodge this goes straight up to the 3 stack, so very great in that regard as well. I've made a few bow builds in the past, of which I'll leave in the tiles at the end of this video, but I think because of this Whistler's Whim, this might be the best one yet. Now when it comes to your super choice, this won't affect the build one iota. I tend to use Barrage if I'm in Trials, I use 6-shooter if I'm playing Control or something like that, and Marksman of course is more of a PvE thing, so yeah, Marksman or Barrage in terms of PvE, so we will be using the 6-shooter. I find the super just runs through teams a lot easier. We will also be running Ember of Combustion, so our super blows will also cause things to ignite, so more collaterals, which is also great. Also gives us another 10 strength, so love this in terms of my stats. Ember of Eruption will just give us bigger ignitions, which is great for our super, but again this is mainly for the plus 10 strength. When it comes to your energy weapon of choice, I was using the Taraba. I found this SMG worked supremely well in combination with the bow. It's got the perk Ravenous Beast, so this weapon stores the power and pretty much implements like a rampage mode when you unleash it. Bottomless Appetite is just going to keep this buff going, so the more you're doing damage, the more time you get with this perk Ravenous Beast, so it just allows you to slay out when anything gets a little bit too close for your bow to handle. I also found it handled bow swapping with a reasonable amount of success, so it was great in that regards as well. For our armor, I am running a Radiant Light. So when we cast our super, this causes nearby allies to become charged with light, plus it gives us 20 strength. I'm running a bow targeting mod for increased target acquisition accuracy when we aim down sight. Bow reloader, focusing strike, grants class ability energy when you do damage with our melee attack. Unflinching bow aim. Invigoration, so whenever we pick up an orb we get increased melee charge. Submachine gun holster. Utility kickstart, double stacked. And a taking charge, so any loose orbs that are lying around, just run over, pick them up, and then we can have our high energy fire. So that is the build for today, my friends. Whistler's Whim is a very good bow. I highly recommend you go into Trials and get your ass this bow. You don't have to get the Adept one, of course if you can, I recommend it, but just go in there, unlock it in the rank up, and then you can farm it through engrams, and it is more than efficient. Anyway, my damies, that is the video for today. If you did enjoy it, please smash that thumbs. If you're new and you liked it, please subscribe. If you've got any questions or suggestions, feel free to chuck in the comments down below. Until next time, tippy time, my damies, what a tie.